Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to transform your life? Are you ready to break through the barriers that have been holding you back? Because today, we're not just talking about success, we're talking about unlocking the most powerful tool you already have, your mind. The most powerful tool for transformation isn't something you have to search for in the outside world. It's something you already possess. It's your mind. Every thought you've ever had, every belief you've clung to, every decision you've made has been shaped by the way your mind processes the world around you. But here's the secret. Most people go through life never realizing just how much control they have over this process. They believe they are at the mercy of their circumstances, their upbringing, or their past experiences. They think success, happiness, and fulfillment are things that happen to them, when in reality, these things are created by them, starting with their mindset. Your mind is like a supercomputer, and the thoughts you feed it are the programming. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't succeed, or that you're destined to fail, guess what? Your mind will find every possible way to make that your reality. But if you shift that programming, if you start feeding your mind with empowering thoughts, positive beliefs, and confident affirmations, you'll begin to see changes not just in how you feel, but in the results you get. The truth is, your external world is just a reflection of your internal world. Think about it. Two people can face the exact same situation, and one will see an opportunity while the other sees a dead end. The difference isn't in the situation. It's in how their minds interpret it. Once you realize that you have the ability to change these interpretations, to reshape how you view challenges and setbacks, you unlock a level of power and freedom that most people never experience. Fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs are not permanent fixtures in your life. They're just patterns your mind has learned over time. These patterns often develop from past experiences, childhood conditioning, or moments of failure and rejection. But here's the thing, just because your mind has been repeating these patterns doesn't mean they define who you are. They are simply stories, narratives that have been playing in the background, shaping how you see yourself in the world. The incredible truth is that you have the power to break free from these cycles. You are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are the person who can choose to rise above them. Think about how many times you've held yourself back because of a voice in your head saying, I can't do this, or what if I fail? That voice isn't some ultimate truth. It's just a script that's been running on autopilot. The mind loves familiarity, even if that familiarity isn't serving you. It clings to what it knows, even if it's negative, because it feels safe. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. The moment you start challenging those internal narratives, questioning whether they're really true, is the moment you begin to take back control. Breaking free from limiting patterns starts with awareness. Once you recognize that these thoughts are just habits of the mind, you can begin to replace them with new, empowering beliefs. It's about shifting from I can't to I'm learning, from I'm not good enough to I'm growing every day. The mind is incredibly adaptable. When you consistently feed it new, positive stories, it begins to rewire itself. What once felt like an insurmountable obstacle becomes just another stepping stone on your path to success. Success isn't just about grinding harder, putting in longer hours, or pushing yourself to the brink. It's about shifting your perspective and seeing challenges through a different lens. Most people are conditioned to believe that the harder they work, the more successful they'll become. While effort is important, it's not the full picture. The real game changer is how you think about your effort, your obstacles, and your opportunities. Two people can face the same challenge. One sees a dead end, while the other sees a chance to grow. The difference isn't in their circumstances, it's in how they perceive those circumstances. When you shift your perspective, you start seeing possibilities where you once saw limitations. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You begin to ask, what can I learn from this? This simple change in mindset opens doors you didn't even know existed. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about understanding that the meaning you attach to an experience is what shapes your response. And that response is what determines your results. Imagine looking at failure not as a defeat, but as feedback. What if every setback was simply a stepping stone guiding you toward a better path? This kind of thinking transforms how you approach life. You stop fearing mistakes because you realize they're part of the process. You stop doubting yourself because you know that every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. This perspective doesn't just make you more resilient, it makes you unstoppable. When you learn to reframe your thoughts, you begin to see that success isn't about doing more, but about thinking differently, acting strategically, and aligning your mindset with your goals. Understanding the connection between your thoughts, language, and emotions is the key to unlocking the full potential of your mind. This is where the power of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP, comes into play. NLP is all about recognizing how the words you use, both in your head and out loud, shape your reality. The language you speak to yourself creates the blueprint for your actions, your feelings, and ultimately your success. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I always mess things up, your mind will find ways to make those statements true. But when you become aware of this internal dialogue, you can start to shift it. And with that shift comes transformation. Your brain responds to the stories you tell it. If you change the story, you change the outcome. For example, instead of saying, I can't handle this, what if you told yourself, I'm figuring this out? That simple tweak changes how you feel emotionally, which in turn affects how you approach the situation. NLP teaches you how to identify these patterns and consciously redirect them to create more empowering beliefs. It's not about lying to yourself or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing language that supports growth, confidence, and resilience. Your emotions are deeply connected to your language. The words you choose influence how you feel in the moment. If you say, I'm overwhelmed, your body reacts with stress and tension. But if you shift that to, I'm energized by this challenge, your mind and body respond with focus and motivation. By harnessing this connection, you can master your mental state, stay in control during tough times, and create a mindset that naturally leads to success. It's about using the power of language to shape your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately your life. Harnessing the power of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, is about understanding how your mind processes information and how that affects your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Every experience you've had is stored in your mind, not just as a memory, but as a network of associations. How you felt, what you saw, the words you heard. These associations create patterns, and those patterns shape your reality. NLP gives you the tools to recognize and change these patterns, allowing you to take control of your mental state and, by extension, your life. The beauty of NLP is that it's not about theory, it's about practical strategies you can apply immediately to see real change. Your thoughts, language, and emotions are interconnected. The words you use, even in your internal dialogue, influence how you feel and how you act. For example, if you constantly tell yourself, I'm terrible at this, your brain starts to believe it, reinforcing feelings of doubt and hesitation. But if you shift that language to something more empowering, like, I'm getting better every day, your mind begins to focus on progress rather than failure. This isn't just positive thinking, it's rewiring your brain to create a new reality. NLP techniques help you break out of negative loops and replace them with empowering ones. You learn to identify triggers that lead to unhelpful emotions and behaviors and replace them with new patterns that support growth and confidence. Whether it's overcoming fear, building motivation, or enhancing focus, NLP provides the tools to shift your mindset and stay in control. It's about using your mind's natural processes to your advantage, creating a mental environment where success becomes the default outcome rather than the exception. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you can use to tap into the potential of your mind. It's not just about daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's about creating a vivid, detailed mental image of the success you want to achieve. When you visualize your goals with clarity and emotion, your brain starts to believe vision is not just possible, but inevitable. The mind doesn't fully distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. This means that when you consistently picture yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your dreams, you're training your brain to expect those outcomes in real life. Athletes, performers, and high achievers across every field use visualization to enhance their performance. They see themselves winning the race, delivering the perfect presentation, or closing the big deal long before they actually do it. This mental rehearsal builds confidence, reduces anxiety, and programs the subconscious mind to seek out opportunities that align with the vision. But visualization isn't just for elite performers, it's a tool anyone can use to unlock greater potential. The key is to engage all your senses in the process. Don't just see your success, feel it, hear it, taste it. The more vivid and real the mental picture, the more powerful the effect. When you visualize consistently, you begin to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. It becomes easier to stay motivated, focused, and resilient in the face of challenges. Visualization acts as a compass, guiding you toward the life you want to create. It's about mentally stepping into the version of yourself that has already achieved success, so when the opportunities arise, you're ready to seize them with confidence and clarity. Taking consistent action is the bridge between dreaming and achieving. You can have all the knowledge, tools, and strategies in the world, but without action, nothing changes. The key isn't waiting for the perfect moment or until you feel completely ready, because that moment rarely comes. Success belongs to those who take bold, consistent steps forward, even when the path isn't entirely clear. It's about creating momentum, because once you start moving, even small actions compound over time into massive results. Action breeds confidence, and confidence fuels more action. It's a cycle that starts with just one step. Many people get stuck in the trap of overthinking or perfectionism, believing they need to have everything figured out before they begin. But clarity comes from doing, not just thinking. Each step you take reveals new insights, teaches you valuable lessons, and opens up opportunities you couldn't have seen from a standstill. Even mistakes and failures are part of the process. They're not signs to stop, but feedback to adjust and grow. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who keep moving forward despite the setbacks, using each experience as a stepping stone to the next level. Consistent action doesn't mean you have to take giant leaps every day. It's about small, deliberate steps that add up over time. Whether it's dedicating 10 minutes a day to learning a new skill, reaching out to one new contact, or making incremental improvements in your work, these actions create momentum. The important thing is to stay in motion. The more you act, the more opportunities you create, and the more progress you make. Success isn't a one-time event. It's the result of showing up day after day with determination and purpose.